Hello, here is Ed again. I ran into something I made 5 years ago when I was still busy trying to make structure from everything was what was happening in the world regarding postmodernism, and well, I thought I can read it to you. It starts with a comment which was made about me, and then some one-liners, and then the structure. So here it goes. One conclusion made about me was Advertise kept stating from the start that divorce is child abuse, regardless of who initiates it. You kept dancing around that, baiting him all the time, even swearing at him, to no avail. All of that in a failed attempt to rationalize that child abuse is okay. If it is the result of a divorce, then can be justified. So I had a one-liner of Gandhi. Whatever you do in life is probably insignificant. However, you have to do it because no one else will. It's from that movie Remember Me. Um, well, there are some others. Okay, let's start with the structure. Marriage, fatherhood, and family life. Uh, Human being starts with conception. Developing human well-being is a lifelong process. Normal families and being a grandparent, between quotes, grand, is the highest level possible. Quality of parenthood is inappropriate on a fundamental level. Behaving inhumane as a citizen is the problem, and mankind is no race but a species. Full, worthy, unalienable, unbridgeable, prejudicial right on family life, to exercise authentic fatherhood freely on their own sovereign authority. Marriage is not the problem, feminism is. Over the years, feminism expresses like a sniper drone, meanwhile making healthy development of normal relationships impossible and in the end exploding like a cluster bomb. Chivalry is also not the problem, feminism is. Feminism is making unwives or marriage into legal prostitution. I reckon no fault is mainly meant for the lifelong harm and damages done to children and fathers as if collateral. Not marriage is the problem, again, feminism is. Destroying normal families and thus children and fathers, and making healthy development of worthy relationships and parenthood impossible. That's the fembot solution. Governments may exist only because of normal families. Their generational lifelong well-being is the only correct measurement. All the rest is meant to distract and enslave us. So next is human rights versus women rights and children rights. Violence, TV VAWA, is a distortion by itself to the father, and also marriage is distracting because the relevant human right concerns normal hetero families. Fatherless, defathered, broken and incomplete lesbian households are never normal families. Deceptive appearances are always misleading, so fundamental issues must in essence be profiled most sharply. Realize that systematically it's not about human rights at all, and most important, not only violations of fathers in his family, but also the human rights of children on normal family life are violated as if nothing. That's discrimination. What really is going on is that the United Nations, manipulated by American Bar and American Psychiatrist Associations and human rights aid fundings, wipes out our human rights and pretend as if women's rights, which are inhumane to begin with, are human rights. Next, chaining children's rights to women's rights, also as if human rights. However, neither women's nor children's rights are human rights, and only meant to legalize to rob children and fathers of their unbridgeable, unalienable freedoms. Children's rights also are not meant as best interest. Welfare for mothers, child thefts to provide the fathering by elite fembots, and neither as prevention. It's all about defathering. Well, it were just notes, so the sentences don't run very well. Sorry about that. In essence, children's rights are meant as protection in prevent severe life-threatening situations. So think about divorce as child abuse. The divorcing parent obviously is unfit. More than 85% wrong fembot mothers. Feminism-homosexuality-atheism is writing USA UN, destroying the world. The biggest fraud ever. The worst perversions possible. The lowest, most dehumanizing, most inhumane, cold-blooded, cold-hearted, sick and selfish cult ever. Next, about democracy. In essence, feminism is about all-time bad. Nowadays, feminism is left and right-wing, fascism, communism, sexism, worse than racism. Freedom doesn't equal liberty at all, as deceptively defined by as well social as liberal democrats. Good socialism and liberalism are possible as well as good democracy. Nowadays system is raped and rotten, corrupted and perverted to the bone. Straight and honest labor like it used to be is hijacked by feminized, homophobe, parasiting democrats. Also liberals are infiltrated by feminism, same-sex and same-sexuality, falsifying discrimination and unequal treatment to gain unfair profits. Sick and selfish fake fun and feel-good terrorism under a false warlike flag of peace and safety. Pseudological sick and selfish choices, as if reasonable and responsible, as if self-determination, as if quality of life, as if best interest. Well, again, it are only notes, are not full sentences. Well, about children. Human being starts with conception. Developing human well-being is a lifelong process. Normal families and being a grandparent is the highest level possible. I already wrote it. The hearing of divorced children of divorce, is barbaric. It's misusing children as weapon and shield, as if good and normal. Still, divorce is child abuse. The divorcing parent is obviously unfit. Juvenile victims often become perpetrators. In essence, children are born tabula rasa. You got to find the source of all evil. Nowadays, that is feminism, homosexuality, and atheism. Immoral choices destroy all-time goods. Short-minded intelligentsia elite fail by constructing ego and pseudologics. Ego-logics, that was a word too, indeed. Ego-logics and economics. They deserve a prominent place on the shell of pseudologica. It's years ago I used that. Children aren't allowed to be children anymore, and females aren't allowed to be women anymore, and males aren't allowed to be men anymore, and parents aren't allowed to be father and mother anymore. Normally, children grow up at home with both biological parents, heteros. Divorced children are as broken, as incomplete as mother's new household, traumatized and alienated for life. and at first indeed still loyal and desperately in need of their father and his family, not only crippled in parenthood, but also crippled in normal family life. Concerning all-time goods, children nowadays are set up against their working parents, as if children only grow up into adults by government schooling, as if children need education while society needs easy and convenient human capital. Brainwashed through feminism, homosexuality and atheism at the expense of humanity, healthy bonds and normal families, totally disqualifying children and fathers and his family. You're wrong, and I reckon you know that, dear. Children belong to grow up at home with both biological parents. All the substitutes are no parents. Children are being forced to live their lives in lies. Divorce is child abuse, divorce is parent-child family alienation to begin with. The divorcing parent is unfit. About American Bar and Psychiatrist Associations, behavioralism, individualism, pro-choice, etc. George Soros is leading liar and cheater to destroy normal family life with his open society. American Bar Association is a criminal organization to begin with. Next, they are going to defend our rights, trying to improve their system on the lowest level of change management, meanwhile re-engineering the whole world. Feminism-homosexuality-atheism is riding United States and United Nations. Romanesque warlike political economics, assimilation, imperialism, hegemony. Caesar was a dirty old man and Cleopatra a Trojan whore, but they died as persons not able to live with their self forever. Okay, I get what I mean, but I reckon you can't. Moreover, all the conventional global wars and revolutions, there are several other left and right-wing wars going on for decades now. For instance, the funding of humanitarian and human aid clubs and the funding of Family Gate, the filthy dirty gender sex war on children, fathers, heteros and normal families. USA UN is the lowest, mostly humanizing, mostly humane cult ever. Feminism, sexuality, atheism, as Trojan horse for democracy. I remember this McNamara, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, seemingly honest but a notorious liar all the way. Well, I don't remember what I meant with that. Aboriginals, Eskimos, Maoris, British children, and during 2 millennia, many more children. Divide and conquer, use them or abuse them, adapt or die. Colonization, assimilation, the making of feminized homophile citizens for their one world blood money welfare theater. The system is not broken but rotten, corrupted and perverted all the way. Biden Inc. Responsible for many lifelong no-fault harm and damages done to children and fathers and his family, and to society. A rotten system, deliberately, totally and structurally corrupted, perverted to rob our freedoms. The system is not broken but works remarkably efficient and effective as an iron ring. Divorce industry is the main flywheel, and destroying children fathers by destroying normal families highly adequate. Sovereign countries are also being undermined for USA, UN, One World Welfare Theater. USA, UN are the prime and worst terrorist tyrants dictators ever. Okay, next. About solutions. We must fight for the truth and freedom. Spring is in the air. Whitsuntide. Is the awakening spirit going to blossom or not? Remove fembots from children's lives. Fight divorce, adoption, abortion. Divorce is child abuse, says it all. Rather than fighting VAWA DV, which are only minor parts of many defuddling instruments in divorce industry. Fight experts and government, fight ABBA, fight APA, fight behaviorism, individualism, fight pro-choice, fight USA UN, fight feminism, homosexuality, fight against violations of human rights on family life. Children and fathers need protection against systematical violations of their human right on family life. Feminism and homosexuality is the beast. People may think they're honest while their thought feelings are based upon deceptions. However, when violating human and constitutional rights, one must realize there's something wrong. Yeah, indeed. Citizens have to wake up and for once and for all use healthy thought and feelings as a human being. Common sense. That spirit will blast all towers. All action is good. Framing others in one's own issues as if efficient and effective is inadequate and kind of pedantic. When a critical mass is reached, the problems must not be taken weak-minded with crockery. Feminism, same-sex are the prime core problems which undermine all time good fundamentals and have to be eliminated first. We change back all falsified terms, norms, and laws by social liberal democrats of the past 50 years into true progression again. Yes, we can. About judges, lawyers, mediators, and parental alienation. Phew. Hey, this goes on. I reckon I'm now at 25%. Well, I can make it's on Facebook. I shared it again, so it's on top now. Maybe I make a Word file of it. Okay, I stop here. Thank you very much, and bye bye again.